What's good? Welcome to another edition of Rumble House Sports. I'm your host, Jay.
And this is Chris.
And this your boy, Red Man.
Really? Brock Lesnar fined $1 million? Come on. Are we really buying this? Do they even make $1 million with this? I mean, I know some do along
Brock
with
Lesnar does.
Well, I know some do along with their merch and different things like that. And Brock Lesnar literally only fights on pay-per-view, so I'm sure. But I mean, $1 million. Come on, they didn't really fine him $1 million, did they, Chris?
Nah, it's a part of the storyline. But I love the seriousness or the storytelling.
Adam Pierce. What kind of name is Adam Pierce?
The WWE, the
Adam
WWE
Pierce,
official.
man. He
don't take no nonsense.
No, he done rose up the chain. Rose
the
up
WWE, the WWE official. By the way, why don't they call him WWE general managers anymore?
I was about to say that. He's not the general manager no more. It's the WWE official.
I don't understand why
Vince McMahon didn't want nobody to have. Vince McMahon didn't want to have any power, have him look like he had any power close to his. Or, you know what, it actually makes more sense when you think about it because, you know, Vince McMahon was always able to come and overrule and different ones was able to come and do whatever they want. So maybe changing it to official kind of makes that a little bit more believable, right?
Right, more logical because anybody can come in and come out and make a rule because they're an official.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I think that it's great storytelling to kind of have it on this real thing, and we got WWE that tweets it out, and it's great storytelling at the end of the day at this point, I feel like.
Yeah, man. So what are we thinking about this, Red Man? I do like this. He got suspended, then he gets fined. Like, I mean, this is shades of kind of old WWE. I'm liking it. And then he's probably going to show up again. They got to get all security to get him out. Call the police.
Get taken out of handcuffs.
Yeah, get taken out of handcuffs. He's probably going to get arrested. I am liking this, Chris. I got to rock with you, Red Man. You with this?
Hey, I like it. The storytelling, definitely, especially with the Roman Reigns situation. The storyline, just all in all, everything since he came back last year. Now you throw in Brock Lesnar. The storytelling definitely has gotten much better. You know, I wonder if WWE reached out to Vince Russo and if they brought Vince Russo back. You know, I'm just curious.
I know. I thought about that. I hope so because
You know, you could say a lot about Vince Russo, but one thing you definitely have to agree with is that some of WWE's best storylines were happening when Vince Russo was the lead writer.
There would be no Attitude Era if it wasn't for Vince Russo. He said he was watching Jerry Springer and he wanted to make that type of show within the WWE, and that is what thus birthed the Attitude Era, and it is the golden era of professional wrestling.
Yeah, and I think Vince Russo it is crazy because obviously we were in the wrestling wars, and Vince Russo also was included in that because he jumped ship from WWE and ended up becoming the lead writer for WCW.
Well, we know how that turned out.
Right, exactly. But, you know, nonetheless, you know, I just thought about that. I wonder if they reached out to him and brought him back. But no, I do agree. Storyline is good. I like, you know, everything that they're going with him being fine and everything like that. Definitely is just bringing back a more realistic aspect of the show. You know, it makes it more believable.
Yeah, and everybody's tweeting about it. You have people from the roster tweeting about it. Oh, okay, he got fined one night's pay. So like they're really going with this. So I am really feeling this. Now, one of the more interesting stories, we all know that Hit Row is a part of SmackDown, but they're getting a lot of comparison from the fans to Crime Time. They're calling them Crime Time 2.0. But I'm not agreeing with that. I think that Hit Row, with them actually being artists, Swerve is dropping music what seems like every week. You got Top Dollar, you know, dropping disses here and there. They're actually in these characters. Crime Time was in their characters too, you know, robbing people in the parking lot, and different things like that. But this is totally different from Crime Time, Redman. Or do you agree that Vince McMahon really doesn't know new tricks, especially when it comes to his black talent?
They're definitely from time to time, especially with me currently watching the WWE Network. I definitely do see a lot of similarities between characters, roles, storylines, finishing moves. I mean, you name it. They do definitely find themselves a bunch of times in repetition mode, and they may just kind of tweak the storylines or tweak the characters here and there a little bit, but they definitely do be going back into the vault from time to time. But however, saying that, I feel like Crime Time and Hit Row is completely different. Crime Time, like their name suggests, were portrayed to be essentially street thugs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they were. Whereas Hit Row, they're not street thugs. You know, they're hip hop artists.
Yeah.
Just because, and that's what I don't understand. People who are not from the black community think that if somebody is from the hood, then they're automatically a thug or they're gang banging or something like that. And I don't really get that, you know. So, but they're completely different. Like I said, they're hip hop artists.
Well,
so,
and that's kind of what I'm saying. But I think it exposes more the fan that's trying to make this comparison, right? You think just because they're artists or they're coming down in the ring and they're dressed a certain way, you think that they're thugs. Just as far as Crime Time, Chris, you got something on your heart, man. What is it? Do you think that this is the same, or do you think it's a little bit different? Do you think he just kind of went in and changed a little bit of an ingredient?
Right. So that's what it kind of looks like. It's obvious you can't just make it the same thing as a carbon copy. You can't do that because obviously you just give it away.
You would get in trouble for plagiarism.
Yeah, everybody would clearly know. Okay, this is Crime Time 2.0, but it's not the same thing. It's different. Like you said, Crime Time was street thugs, and what they would do, they would tag up people. I don't know how many times they destroyed JBL's limo and tagged up JBL's limo. But it just goes to show that this McMahon vicariously lives through these gimmicks of black, of black wrestlers with the element of the hood to him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he likes to push that in front of the people. This is why Vince McMahon gets on national television and says, "What's up, my nigga?" We ain't forgot. We haven't forgot. You know what I'm saying? And John Cena just looks at him crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I mean, come on, man.
I like what you say. I do like what you're saying. He does live vicariously through his black talent.
Vicariously lived through the black wrestlers with the whole hood element and theme element and gimmick to it. I think that's why he loves it so much. So no.
But I think it's different. I would say Prime Time was, what was that with Titus O'Neil and old dude? I would say they were probably closer to Crime Time than Hit Row.
Nah,
they were fraternity.
Yeah. But my thing, what I will say is what makes the best characters are people that are closest to their stereotypes, right? You know what I'm saying? So if you think about, Latino Heat or just Eddie Guerrero in general, the lowriders and, Viva la Raza, you know what I'm saying? And all of that made great character. Who were the Latinos on the Lawnmowers, bro? Who was that again? The tag team that used to come out on the Lawnmowers and the four-wheelers?
That was horrible. Bro, that was
Hey, when you think about it, that was kind of racist. Now that I think about it. They had them coming out on Lawnmowers.
WWE has gotten a lot of flack for a lot of stereotypical gimmicks that they put on a lot of people. That was one of the ones that they pointed out was probably one of the worst racist gimmicks of all time, stereotypical gimmicks of all time that the WWE.
The Mexicools.
Hey, yeah.
The Mexicools.
We liked them though.
We did like the Mexicools. We did. Hey, look, I'm this is the last thing, man, and I'm gonna let y'all get out of here. It looks like AEW is very close to having a streaming platform. Looks like that probably by the end of 2023 or 2022 rather, they're gonna have that streaming platform. Do you think this is a good move, Chris, or do you think they should probably wait it out? I think personally, they have the support. I think they have the diehards that could keep this platform running. What do you think?
They have the support, but what content do you put on here? Do you just put streaming up the pay-per-views or whatever the case may be?
I think you start there. I think you start there. Rhodes on top. You know, Cody Rhodes' show will probably be on there.
They gotta add a few more things. I feel like in order for
Dark Side of the Ring.
Yep,
right. They gotta add more content in order for this streaming service to be valuable, in my opinion. WWE, you got
years
30,
and
over
decades
30 years
of content.
work.
Yeah,
you got over 30 years of content that you could put on the WWE Network app. And plus all the pay-per-views. I mean, there's just so much
on top of
out
they
there.
can't, those wrestlers that come from WWE can't even use none of their old footage. It's owned by WWE. So no, I like that. Redman, what are we thinking here? Do they have the content? We know that they have the fan base, right? But do they or will they have the content? I mean, we did name Rhodes on top. We did name Ring of Honor and pay-per-views. Okay, but you gotta have more than that for people to want to actually be a part of this streaming service.
I think I don't really know exactly what they would need to do as far as content. I agree with y'all as far as the amount of content that's going to be on this streaming service. What all are you guys going to offer and different things like that? But I think it's a good idea from this standpoint. One thing that I love WWE for is their WWE Network, because why? As long as you are a WWE Network subscriber, you get complete access to their pay-per-views. And that, I feel like, for me anyways, for me personally, is where AEW is lacking. Because
that was WWE's selling point. I will give you that. For you to sign up, you got the two at first, you got the first two pay-per-views for completely free. So that was their selling point. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
And so now, so that for me, that's kind of the one thing. A lot of things, but when it comes to their pay, that's like a big major thing that AEW is lacking, because I be wanting to watch the AEW pay-per-views, and I don't have access to the AEW pay-per-views, but I know I'm going to be able to watch a WWE pay-per-view every time. You know what I'm saying? And so I dislike not being able to be able to watch the AEW. And I know that, you know, there's ways to watch it, you know.
Fight TV is where they stream their pay-per-views. So you can download Fight TV, but you would still have to pay for it. Whereas with the WWE Network, for a small fee of $9.99, you will be able to get all the pay-per-views for free. So yeah, rather than paying the $50, $60, $70 for one.
And so if AEW, if that's the route that they're going with this streaming service, is to be able to provide that type of service like the WWE, to where as long as you're a subscriber, you get automatic access to their pay-per-views, then at that rate, I'm all in favor for it. Other than that, I do agree with, I mean, you still have to figure out the type of content that's going to be, because like you said, AEW's only been around for 2 years. There's no way that you're going to have 2 years worth of content is still a lot of content when you think about you putting on weekly shows every week.
Yeah, but you gotta offer more than just your old matches. You got to.
Well, yeah, of course. Of course. I mean, because WWE is not just old matches and pay-per-views and stuff like that. I mean, they have documentaries, docu-series, podcasts. Heck, at one point in time, they had a couple of their own animated series. I don't even know if they still have that, but I know that they had animated series at one point in time that was on the WWE Network. So they really changed the game. I mean, WWE is truly, they are pioneers in this pro wrestling game. They really are.
I believe AEW can do it. If they need podcasts on their show, definitely they can hire us. We'll be more than happy to give our services to the platform. Give MJF his own show. I think that's what's going to wind up happening. They're going to start popping up more and more with in-house shows and different things like, and MJF.
Chris Jericho, don't be surprised if Chris Jericho gets his own podcast. I mean, he's just a natural born talker. So.
Or maybe he could do some behind the scenes of his tours with Fozzy. I think it could really work out, man. But we really appreciate y'all for tuning in with us on Rumble House Sports, man. It's your boy Jay.
And this is Chris.
And this your boy Red Man.